I don't understand what these bitches don't understand. We only need them to cook food and sex. They shouldn't be complaining about what they want to do in bed if that's the reason they exist. So sick and tired of this behavior. Wow. Just wow. I don't know who the hell this guy is, and I sure as hell do not know who the hell he thinks he is. But if this is his mindset of how he views women, then it just makes me goddamn sick. Honestly, thinking that women are actually no good except for cooking us food and for providing us sex, thinking that's all that they exist for. All right, let me make something clear. It's not only a woman who should know how to cook. Cooking should be a survival skill that every person should possess, man and woman. I often hear many guys actually tell women that why don't you actually go make me a meal? Well, there's one question that's always spiraling through my mind ever since I was a teenager when I hear something like that. And you know what I always say? If you guys are hungry, why don't you make the goddamn meal for a change? For a man and a woman, they both have legs to get themselves to the kitchen, they both have hands necessary to make the meals, and they both have the mind and knowledge of what ingredients need to be put together to actually make a meal. There's only two differences between a man and a woman. One has the dick, the other has the tits. And now for the next thing, thinking that the women only exist to provide us for sex. Well, there's only two reasons as to why I think someone would actually think a woman is only useful for sex. Reason number one, because since sex feels good, that they believe that they're entitled to actually get some, and that women are necessary to bring the children of the next generation into the world. The stuff about bringing the offspring for the future generation, that I can actually understand, but I'm not going to stand here and actually have these people think that that's all that women are good for. Women are human beings just like us men. And the thing is that these women, that when they're brought into the world, that they're actually going to be doing something with their lives. They find what gives them joy, find what gives them gratification. And just like us, they're going to live their lives to the fullest. I'm not gonna stand here and actually hear that women are only gonna be viewed as our maids and to be the ones to carry babies for the future generation when women are much more than that. I apologize that I'm about to get off topic here and talking about myself, but I just want to bring a point across. Back when I was like about 16, I had a family member who told me, he said that once you get married, you have to marry someone who knows how to cook. The thing is, I don't like it when he said that to me, because the thing is, but I just believe that both sides can know how to cook. Back when I was 16, I wanted to learn cooking in a cooking class. Why? It's because I just want to plan ahead. I want to gain the knowledge of cooking ahead of time to have it in my in my knowledge of arsenal, because I want to have that knowledge ahead of time, so that way I could actually have less strain and stress on the wife from the cooking. If she doesn't have time to cook the meals, I can take over, because if you're going to be a spouse, you have to make some other sacrifices, and you also need to actually show that you care about your wife, and by actually wanting to do that for her so that way she could actually have less stress, that is an indication that you actually care for your wife. So the thing is, I don't want to learn how to cook because I just want to prove something or or increase my ego. No, nothing like that. I just want people to stop thinking that the wives are the only ones who could actually provide meals for the family. I just want to cook the meals as well, so that way the wife doesn't have to feel alone. Now, some people might be saying that me wanting to do that is actually weak, and that makes me less of a man, that it actually threatens my masculinity. But no, I'm not calling that masculinity. I'm calling it being a gentleman. So the thing is, back on topic, women should not only be seen as people to provide some meals and to provide for sex. Women should be treated with more respect than that. They're more than that. they can cook the meals, yeah, and we have sex with them to bring for we have sex with them for two reasons: one, out of love, and two, to bring future children for the future generation. But I don't want people to see women as just that. This type of guy who has this type of mindset, it's disgusting, and that seems to be and I could only think of two people who have such a mindset. One, an incel, and two, a guy who's actually believes he's an alpha male of some kind, a guy with high masculinity and some shit. The thing is, this is a toxic view of women, and we should not be treating women like this. This guy's saying that they should not be complaining about what they want to do in the bedroom, that's what they're there for, that's what they exist for. Well, here's the thing: if a woman has a complaint, let her have a complaint. A woman could actually think her mind. If she has something that she prefers or that she doesn't like, we need to respect that. Let the girl speak her mind. And considering that this is the internet, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be getting lots of hate replies along the way, saying that I'm a simp or that I'm actually less of a man for thinking this way. No, I'm not simping towards the women. I just do not like the people having the mindset of viewing women as just caregivers or providers and all that stuff. No. Women are much more than that, and they should be respected. And also, this does not make me less of a man. This is not some masculinity type of topic that we're talking about on this issue. I prefer to use the term being a gentleman or being considerate about the feelings of other people. If this is the toxic mindset that this guy has towards women, well, if he doesn't know how to gain a meal for himself, he could take his ass down to McDonald's or some shit. Or if he doesn't actually have anyone to provide him the meals, he can take his ass down to a cooking class. Cooking should be a basic skill that all people should learn how to do. It should not be something to only be expected from the women. Also, if this idiot honestly thinks that women only exist for sex and all that stuff, well, newsflash, a mindset like that is one of the contributing factors and reasons as to why some women do not actually want to go out with a person with such a mindset in the first place. And then, after the women reject a person who has this mindset, then the guys honestly complain about a woman rejecting them, and then eventually they develop incel-like mentality, and they complain about all that shit. That is their fault. And also, as a result of the women rejecting them for that sort of mindset, it also results in the men actually feeling as if their masculinity is threatened, and then they get all pissed off about it. Look, sex feels good. We all know that. But sex means way more than that. And we cannot treat women as only existing objects to provide us nothing but pleasure. We can't do that. The thing is, when you're having sex with a woman, the sex actually feels much more soothing and arousing when it's actually with someone that you trust, someone who actually knows you better than anyone else, someone that actually provides you some type of compassionate feeling that no other person on the planet could actually provide you. Sex with such a person who provides you such joy actually makes the sex feel more comforting. So sex is not only about pleasure, and you cannot treat women as only something to gain sexual pleasure out of. Women should not be treated in such a way, goddammit. So a message to the idiot who actually has this a toxic mindset of his of that women only exist to cook meals and to provide sex. Newsflash, if that's the mindset that you have, my friend, then guess what? You are not going to be developing any good life in your future. Because no woman is going to want someone who has this kind of mindset, because it disrespects them as a person, and a woman should be treated as a human being.